welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra for the week of August the 2nd to August 8th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Libra this week. And if this reading ends up resonating for you, please don't forget to leave me a comment and don't forget to hit that like button. All right, let's get started here for Libra and see what messages we have for this week of August the 2nd to the 8th. Okay, Libra. Okay, my Libra friends, we've got the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, which is Aries energy, really trying to focus on independence, being a leader, taking care of things, being an authority, a role, having a role as an authority figure. Interesting. Okay, Libra. It looks like here you are in a situation where you're trying to generate some change. You want to change things up. You want to tap into your inspiration, your intuition, whatever makes you feel passionate and creative. That feeling that gives you this, like, you're fully embracing life feeling, okay? But it's challenging you. It's challenging you right now because you're not feeling emotionally content. Your emotions are preventing you or creating an obstacle for you to really tap into this. You're not feeling emotionally content. You're feeling like you're at the end of the emotional road when it comes to something. You're feeling like you've reached the end of an emotional road when it comes to something, and you're trying to figure out the truth. You're trying to understand, what does this all mean? You could be entering into agreements. You could be signing things. You could be wanting to sort of make things official. This feeling that you have where you've reached the limit of your emotional place and you're just not as content as you thought you would be. You know, it's like your emotions are blocking your intuition. You know what I mean? It's interesting. And on your mind is, what's the truth? What's the truth? What does this mean? What does this mean spiritually? What does this mean with respect to the bigger plan of my life? And how does this fit into the bigger plan? It's like you're wondering, how could this possibly be part of the plan? This feeling that you have where you can't tap into you're having a hard time. I shouldn't say you can't, but these words are coming from sort of what I'm reading into. It's that you feel you cannot tap into your intuition because you've reached this level of emotion that has sort of put a lid on everything. You know what I mean? And as a result, you're in your head trying to figure out, what could the truth be? And how is this part of the plan? How could this possibly be part of the plan? I can almost hear you asking that. And the thing that's sort of driving this whole reading for you, Libra, is this idea that you're not finding you're able to feel self-sufficient. You feel like there were some choices you made in the past that were illusions, that you chose something because of something and it's revealing itself to you to be something else. And I think that's why you're up at night wondering, how could this be part of the plan? How could this have been part of the plan? And you're starting to wonder if maybe you should go off on your own and redefine yourself as a leader, either within whatever dynamic you find yourself in right now or on your own. And the guidance for your sort of future upcoming energy suggests that you really need to be focusing on yourself and your daily life. So instead of focusing too much on trying to crack the universal code, if you will, it's more important for you right now in the upcoming energies to be more focused on what's going on right in front of your eyes, right? I think that's what's going to help you, Libra, is if you focus too heavily on things that are big picture. Questions, it's almost too big to bite off at this point. You need to start thinking and focusing and being mindful with respect to what's happening right in front of your eyes. What is your daily life like right now, Libra? That is the thing to focus on. And to try to tap into this intuition that I think you are over logical. You know, you're a Libra, so it's difficult for you to step out of the realm of mental clarity and logic and using your intellectual discernment to solve problems, when really there's a whole other sense over here that you might not be tapping into, which is your intuition. And your intuition could really serve you right now, especially if you're interested in understanding some of these universal truths. But I think this Hierophant is actually trying to ground you in something related to an agreement. You know, it's interesting. It's almost like you need to tap into your intuition, but because you're very logical and you're able to sort of look at things but have a hard time making a decision. I think that's why you're looking at this. I think that's why this Hierophant is here. It's almost like you're trying to approach this from a perspective of like, how could this be part of the plan? But also on the ground, you're questioning some of these agreements that you may have entered into in the past. And that could be why we see the Hierophant in this position, because you're starting to question some things that you put your signature on. You're starting to say, did I sign that? Is that my signature? Oh man, I agreed to that fine print. That's what we're getting here. Yeah. You almost are trying to see if there's a loophole in this contract to get out. Yes, you're trying to escape, and I think the people around you can see it. They're seeing that you need distance from something, that you want distance from something, and that it will help you heal if you take that distance. And it's a mental distance, but it could also be a physical distance. I'm sort of getting the impression that you want to get out. You want to get out of wherever you are right now, Libra. But you definitely need some mental distance. So whatever perspective you're holding right now, you might want to, look at things from a different perspective, but to get some distance from it, you need to heal from this. And it's almost like the biggest thing that you're worried about, but that you really want, is you want to be able to tap into your abilities to manifest and attract and embody the things that you most desire. And you're having a hard time with it right now, only because of your emotions. Like seeing the King of Rods and the Magician in reverse in a reading really suggests to me that you're chasing, you're not attracting. You're busy chasing and trying to logically connect the dots instead of sort of tapping into your intuition and trusting in the divine planning of things. And I think that's because of the overwhelmed emotional state. You're at a place where you're emotionally you're ready for something new emotionally. Emotionally, you're ready for something new. And when I see the Page of Pentacles as your final guidance card here, it really says be gentle with yourself. Like physically allow your body to relax and be in the present. Don't try to rush things past their timing. Don't try to escape in terms of maybe... maybe you're avoiding things, maybe you're hiding. Excuse me, Libra. You know what I mean? Like this Page of Pentacles represents this sort of connection to physical energy, right? And the needs of the body, and being gentle with ourselves, which makes sense because you're really at a time right now where your emotions are so high. So those emotions could be in the form of anxiety. They could be in the form of depression. They could be in the form of anger, resentment. These kind of emotions will exhaust the physical bodies. So you need a minute here. You need a hot minute to be mindful. and look at the present situation that you do have control over, instead of sort of focusing on the past where, you know, you may have fell for an illusion. You may have chosen something based on something, and then that something revealed itself to actually not be real. It was an illusion. And so this is interesting, Libra. Past choices are leading you to feel emotionally unfulfilled in the present. You know? Yeah. Past choices are making you feel emotionally unfulfilled in the present, which is starting to get you to want to... Looks like you want to generate something new. You want to generate change. You want to almost be impulsive and do something that you really want to do. But it's like you're having a hard time feeling like you're self-sufficient. It's almost like you feel like you can't do it alone, which is why maybe the Emperor is on the bottom of the deck, to give you that idea of like, who are you as a leader? You know, why do you think you can't do it alone? It's interesting. Okay, let's have a look here at the Oracle deck to get your final words of guidance. Oh, that was fast. Impatience. Oh, you got two, sorry, impatience and health. So the health is certainly resonating for me with respect to the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, which is really trying to get you to ground down into your day-to-day instead of trying to impatiently generate change, right? That Knight or that King of Rods sometimes can be very impulsive energy where we have an inspiration and we just go for it without really thinking about it too much. It's sort of, it's a Leo energy, so it's like very, very strong fire inside you. Yeah. So for health, it says here, allow me, divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me to be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. So this is really, really resonating for me with respect to the Pentacles showing up here. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is driving this reading, and she is saying, I don't feel nourished, I don't feel enriched, and I don't feel self-sufficient. Okay, and then we've got the Knight of Pentacles as your future energy, which is saying, hey, be really mindful of your day-to-day. Be mindful of your day-to-day. Don't be impatient. We're going to read impatient in a second. And then the Page of Pentacles is really a time where it's time to pay attention to the needs of the body. What does your body need right now? Because your emotional state is at the end. You are emotionally tapped out, Libra. So it's time to pay attention to your health. Now, impatience says, my life is unfolding in divine timing. All delays are beneficial. I'm always at the right place at the right time. So this idea of you questioning and saying, how could this possibly be part of the plan, is a reflection of your impatience. This idea where you're going into the past and saying, I chose that cup based on something, and that something revealed itself to be false or an illusion. That could be also a signal that you're being impatient with divine timing. And this King of Rods, like we talked about, he can be impulsive and pull the trigger on things too soon. So your emotional state is very much tied right now to the timing of when you're going to release this inspiration. Because, you know, to me it says that you need to go through these feelings first and heal, right? This Six of Swords is really tying in with this health card and being impatient, is that, you know, until the healing's done, Libra, we can't be impatiently rushing towards generating change. We need to pay attention to the health first. And this health is all your healths, right? Your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual health. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. If this reading has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email is in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we will see you again very soon for another reading. Okay, sending you lots of love and light, my friends.